Playtesting is an essential part of creating games, and the individuals that are hired to playtest play a big role in the life of a game in development. It's a bit of an acquired skill, though. Playtesting requires raw data collection without personal bias or suggestion. Testers have no knowledge of a game's contents before they go in, so it's not necessarily a commentary on the game, but an in-depth look into its function and overall experience. So let's learn how to perform a solid playtest. Playtesting, especially when you're not in the room with the team whose game you're testing, involves documenting everything you experience in a valuable and informative way. A general playtest doesn't have to get into the nitty-gritty necessarily. During a playtest, you're mainly checking for function and progression. In other words, you play through the game like a normal consumer would. However, it is still important to take note of any specific things that catch your eye. The act of playtesting can look very different depending on the game placed in front of you. Puzzle games will play out differently than combat games, therefore the playtest will pan out differently as well. Before you even touch the controller, it helps to state your familiarity with and skills in playing the type of game you'll be testing. For example, if puzzle games aren't your strong suit, state that. There are some key things to consider when actively playtesting a game. For one, during the process of playtesting, you're supposed to go in blind, meaning you shouldn't know what to expect, and you will not be led along the level by a dev. It's important to try to complete the objectives, but stray off the linear path if you're inclined to. Try to evaluate the process of getting to the intended goal, and take note of anything that breaks that process. That's what truly blind playtesters do. If you have played an earlier build of a game, though, you can't truly go in blind, but you can still do your best to forget what you know. Even if you technically know where to go or what to do next, try to play the game as if you don't. You may notice new things added or old things replaced, but that shouldn't affect your reaction or gameplay. Play as if it's all new to you. Another tip is to imagine yourself as the intended audience of the game. Knowing your audience is key when developing a game because it can directly impact things like difficulty, complexity, and visual elements. So, not only are you going in blind, but you need to provide a perspective through that audience's eyes. If, for example, you're making a game for children, test it as if a child was playing it, and consider how they would feel about the experience. The gameplay will not always speak for itself. It's often helpful to speak your ongoing inner monologue out loud as you play. Is a challenge too difficult to overcome? Say that. Are the graphics distracting? Say that. If you're trying to work out the solution to a puzzle, narrate your thought process out loud as you do so. Just remember to keep things to your thoughts as a player. This isn't the forum to provide design commentary or critical feedback. Not only do your thoughts have to be genuine, but they also have to be specific, contextual, and actionable. What I mean by that is your thoughts need to be specific enough for the developer to take direct action. This is where video can be incredibly effective for playtesting. Recording gameplay using a program like OBS and simultaneously recording mic audio of real-time reactions gives the developer visual and audible updates, making it easier to identify bugs or adjust progression. Here is a video example of a playtest. You can deliver a playtest result with written reports or filling in a form as well.
Okay, so there's a drone here. I'm going to back away and give him some space to look around. Whoa. But he's moving pretty fast, actually. I don't want to be caught over here while he's zooming that way because, wow, he just goes really fast. There's no places for me to hide around here, so... Oh, I missed a coin. Okay, I'm going to go back and get that. I'm going to get this one first. Oh. I'm concerned about this drone because he moves so fast. He's at me. I'm scared.
Yeah, it can be difficult to articulate exactly what you, the player, are experiencing when testing a game for the first or even the fifth time, but mastering the art of playtesting contributes to a better project in the long run. Take time to develop playtesting skills. Your devs will thank you.